Hey everyone, Steve Harris here at Without Code. Today we're having a look at dynamic copyright. Now this is a super simple little widget that allows you to add a copyright notice into your site, and it's going to stay automatically up to date year over year. So the year of the copyright notice is always going to be up to date, and you're never going to have to go into your client's sites and change that every year. Since this is something I want on each page of the site, I'm going to scroll down because I'm going to put this in the footer of my site. So let's check our widgets panel here. And if we go down to the business section, we have dynamic copyright. And let's just drag that out and place it underneath this text block. Now let's work through the panel settings. So you can see by default it says copyright 2018, wocode.com. First option we have in the panel is a unique ID. You need to set this to something unique if you're going to use multiple copies of this on your site. I think in most cases you're going to have only one copyright notice on your site, so let's leave that as is. Next up we have alignment. I'm going to change this to left to match the box above. Okay, next up we have the actual copyright text that we're seeing in the widget. So we have copyright, then the year, and then the copyright owner. I'm going to leave these in their default state because this is perfect for my needs. Next up we have some toggle options. So we can enable or disable certain copyright text. So in this case we would just get the copyright symbol and the owner. I'm going to leave that on, of course. We can disable the owner portion of it. We can disable the copyright icon, and then we can enable a start year. So if I turn that on, you'll see that now it says 2011 to 2018. We can change that start year here. Also, we can add a link to the owner URL. So if I turn that on, it allows us to put in a URL here just in case somebody wants to click through to another site. Below that on the bottom of the panel, of course, we have a link to our documentation page, and we have our widget version number. Right now, this is version 1, which is considered a beta. So that's it for setup options, and now all we need to do is go into the design tab, and we can change things like the fonts and the font colors and sizes. So I'm just going to change my fonts to white. Now this is just for the copyright icon, so you can see now that's white. Next up we have the copyright text. I'm going to make that white as well. And our last option is the owner copyright text. So by default it's set to orange, which actually works really well on our site. However, you could change this to be any color you want. The last option here is just for spacing. So if we wanted to say, move this down a little bit so it wasn't so tight to the block above, we could just add a little bit of margin to that and it would drop down like that. So there you go. That's it. The setup is super simple. And now we have a copyright notice on our site that's going to stay up to date each year. Thanks for watching and best of luck with this widget. Cheers.